You're listening to Zap Night, a video game review podcast. Join your hosts Danny, Kaylee, Seth, and Evan as we review video games from all systems and all genres. Hey guys, and welcome to episode 46 for Zap Night. I'm your host Danny, and I have my friend Renee here with me.
Hello!
Welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. This is so fun.
I needed somebody to play Breath of the Wild with me, so it was so great to be like, maybe Ren will do it with me.
Which was perfect for me because I've been playing it for so long and avoiding finishing it. So this was like perfect. I'm like, I actually have to finish it now.
Yeah. Yep. And that's what's great about doing this.
Yeah.
For me, when I started Zap Night, it was because I have all these games.
Right.
And I had no, dedication to finishing them.
Yeah.
So starting a podcast like this, it's like, I have to finish these games.
Yeah.
And I'm doing at least one a month.
That's
so,
awesome.
it gets me to play something new every month. And
That's fantastic.
I love that. So, by the way, this is our first Zelda review on the...
Oh, that's right. I saw that.
And then
I'm super excited.
This was my first Zelda game I've beaten.
Really?
Me personally.
Actually, I think me too. Not that I've actually played...
I've played a few other ones.
I think I've personally actually only played 2, including this one. I played the Game Boy version way back in the day.
Yep.
My ex had played... Which one was it? It was on the... I think it was the N64. I forget which one it was.
Majora's Mask?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, he played a lot of games, and I mostly that's cool, you're already playing it. I can watch, and I don't have to play it. So
that's what Twitch is for now.
Right?
You don't have to worry about even playing the games. You can just watch somebody else do it.
Right? And honestly... Certain ones, that's okay, but I'm so glad I got to play this one.
Yeah, this one is a great one.
Yeah.
And I don't know, because I haven't beat any of the other ones, I don't really know if there was a lot of, cameos or,
I can't
things of the series that...
There's a lot of consistency that I've seen, and I have not even seen Twilight Princess, so I have no idea. But just from the 2 or 3 that I've actually either played or watched someone else play, there's a lot of consistency. I love that the Great Deku Tree is... Yeah,
I do too. That was awesome. So great. That was so great. And I was kind of surprised too when we got there. We'll talk more about it. We'll talk
right,
about it.
Right.
So let's get started here. Breath of the Wild was developed by Nintendo, of course. And it was released on the Switch and the Wii U. I happen to have them both.
Oh, nice.
I just got the Wii U version the other day.
Oh, wow.
Kaylee's husband just gave it to me. I'm like, dude, thank you.
Score.
He wanted to get the Switch version, so it worked out.
Yeah.
And it was released March 3rd, 2017.
Yeah.
And I don't know for sure, now that I think about it, I was going to look it up and I forgot, but it was, I think, a launch title for the Switch, or it was released very soon after the Switch was released.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
But I know that it was right there. I'm pretty sure it was a launch title, but I don't know for sure.
I think so, but I'm not 100% sure either. I just remember I was planning on buying a Switch in that game, and then my husband bought it for me for Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah.
Aww, that's sweet.
Now I'm going to be busy all winter.
Exactly. And you do stay busy in this game, that's for sure. The only other note that I have as far as development stuff is this game is the best-selling Legend of Zelda game ever.
I know, yeah, I can see why.
It sold over 14 million copies as of 2019.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a big number for a game that's only been out for 2 years.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I think it's earned it, though.
Absolutely. And it's a great game. It's different than all the other ones in many ways. So let's talk about the story.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss bits and pieces, but that's just common knowledge at this point.
Yeah, I will too. I'm gonna probably screw something up.
So you wake up as Link in the Resurrection Chamber with no memories, and you find this old man who ends up revealing himself as the King Roam, or
I think that
It's close.
I'm not sure.
The king of Hyrule.
Yeah.
And he kind of explains to you that Princess Zelda is locked up in the castle and has sealed Calamity Ganon within the castle. And it's your job to go and find your memories with this Sheikah slate that you pick up, as well as honing your skills. You got to find the Master Sword, and you have to free divine beasts. Now, while you're exploring, you kind of unveil this true story of Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like the Link that you are playing as is not the story. It's really what you're uncovering is the story.
Yeah.
And that story is set 100 years prior to gameplay, where the people of Hyrule at the time start recognizing the return of Ganon and his power growing. Really just by the ancient...
Well, there was like a prophecy.
Yeah, prophecy. There was some prophecy.
Yeah, there was some prophecy, and then they just started. I think they started discovering all this ancient technology.
Yeah, and Princess Zelda is like specifically hunting this technology down, and the king doesn't like this,
right? Well,
because according to the prophecy, she's supposed to have this hidden power to seal away Ganon, but she doesn't know how to unlock it.
Right, because her mom died like a year before she was supposed to start training. And for whatever reason, and even in her writings, she says, I think she mentioned like she didn't know, or maybe it was the king's writings. I don't remember.
Sure.
And I just read it the other night. They weren't sure if it was because of her grief over her mom that hadn't completely healed, or if it was some other reason. But for whatever reason, she just could not unlock the powers. And I think part of the reason she became so absorbed in the ancient technologies was to kind of like just get away from dealing with that. Maybe not dealing with it because she trained so hard,
right?
But just give a break.
I think that my theory for that is that she knew that Ganon was coming.
Yeah.
I mean, she's known it. All the people of Hyrule know that this is happening at some point.
Yeah.
But I think that she wanted a way to protect her people.
Right.
And the only way that she could do that was after discovering all the old ancient technology and then bringing that back to life to help protect the people.
Right. And she was so fascinated by it too. So that kind of helped.
And that's where she goes off on this adventure to start excavating these the divine beasts and the guardians. And as she's off exploring, of course, the king sends Link to help her or to watch over her. Yeah. She's kind of upset at first, but then like
oh boy, she was like vicious at it.
she was really angry. But then like as Link just kind of kept to himself, as he does.
Right.
And, she kind of warmed up to him a little bit. And then as these divine beasts were being excavated and recognized as a means of defeating Ganon, or at least keeping him at bay, she started to collect some champions from all the different races. And those champions are, really, they're skilled in some way or another.
Right.
And they pilot the divine beasts. So there's 4 divine beasts and there's 4 champions. And I have them written down here. Hopefully I don't screw it up too bad. Grotto, and he's the
Gerudo.
He's Gorgon, not Gerudo, but he's Gorgon. Goron,
yeah.
But
does
his
sound
name
like
is
Gorgon,
like,
doesn't it?
It's. I
didn't think. Wow.
Yeah, they're very similar.
That's so
it's
accurate.
weird.
I mean, that's so apt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, Princess Mifa.
Yeah.
And she's Zora. She's like the fish people.
Yeah.
Rivali, who's the really mean, arrogant bird guy.
Yeah.
Rito people.
I think it's Rito. Yeah.
Urbosa.
Yeah.
And she's the
Gerudo.
The Gerudo, yeah. and she's of the female race. I don't really know.
I mean, kind of, yeah. Because it's like if you can get to talking to some of the people in the town once you finally sneak in,
yeah,
which is just phenomenal.
They talk about going and meeting men.
Yeah, because they
but
rarely,
like they don't have men people.
Right, they rarely birth any boys, period.
Yeah.
So I guess they just decided to run with it and outlaw men in the town?
I don't get it either.
Yeah, I don't... Okay. Whatever.
So once all of these pilots are together, and Ganon actually attacks. And unfortunately, when he attacks, he doesn't just outright attack. He actually possesses all of the guardians and the divine beasts. Mm-hmm. And when he does this, he actually kills all of the champions. And while Link and Zelda are fighting all of the guardians, Link ends up... Yeah, I think he's like in the process of fighting when Zelda like jumps out in front of one of the guardians to protect Link, and that's when her powers kind of unlock a little bit. And I think that
I don't think I've seen that.
You don't remember that? Okay, so
I mean that may have happened. I just probably haven't.
Yeah,
found
like
that memory yet.
Link is out fighting and he gets knocked down, and she jumps out in front of Link to protect him, and that's when her powers like get unlocked.
That's awesome.
Now when this happens, but she's not able to like fully take on the whole horde of the guardians that are there.
Right.
Link does end up getting like mortally wounded, and she's able to send him off to the resurrection chamber and hide away the Master Sword for him to be able to return in the future when maybe it's safer for him.
Right.
But in the meantime, she then uses all of her power to contain Ganon within the castle.
Right.
But the guardians are still possessed. The beasts are still possessed. So like the world is still kind of in chaos, but it's not as bad because Ganon is sealed away.
Right.
And that's when the story picks up what we already talked about, where 100 years after these events, then Link wakes up. He goes on this grand adventure to unlock his memories. He finds the Master Sword. He frees all the beasts, and he takes on Ganon. When you free the beasts, then the spirits of the champions who pilot the beasts then help, I guess, fire a cannon to Ganon.
Yeah, that's essentially what I got too. I guess if you don't, you can still go fight Ganon without freeing any of the beasts if you want to, or only freeing some of them.
I noticed that.
Yeah. But I guess because I read the cheat sheets and I am not shy about that.
I know there's nothing wrong with that.
Right? So I guess if you go to fight Ganon without freeing all of the beasts, then when they fire, if you free like maybe a couple of them, they'll still fire for you, but he won't be knocked down, his power won't be knocked down as much.
Right.
So like once you have all 4 of them and it's knocked down to like 50%, I guess if you only have like a couple of them, it'll be knocked down a little bit, but not a whole 50%.
Right, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I'm really glad I got
it. Well, aside from that, they also give you skills. The spirits of the champions give you skills.
Yeah.
And those skills are like critical to beating the game, in my opinion.
Definitely at least 3 of them.
Yeah.
How much did you use Naboris's, the lightning?
A lot.
Did you? Because I got that one like at the very end, like right before I went to go fight Ganon, so I only used it on accident.
We'll come back to that. We'll come back and we'll talk more about that.
Oh, good.
So yeah, once the beasts fire the cannon, Ganon gets, if you have all 4, he gets knocked into half power or whatever.
Right.
So then it's up to Link to finish him off. Link does finish him off. However, his evil and fury transform him into a giant beast, which is more reminiscent of like the early Zelda games where he's this pig demon.
Yeah.
And he transforms back into this pig demon, and it's up to you with the aid of Princess Zelda to shoot holy arrows at him or something.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
And then he does eventually get sealed back away by Zelda's power, and Zelda's magically free, and the world is fine again. For how long? Who knows?
Right. I did kind of love that, yes, you are playing as Link, and Link is the hero through the entire game. But at the end, it's actually both of them that get rid of, that seal away Ganon completely. I was like, that's actually kind of awesome.
I really liked how this was Zelda's story.
Yes.
It had very little to do with Link. It was very much Zelda's story. I don't know if the rest of the games are like that.
I don't remember. I mean,
I haven't beat all of them, or any of them.
Yeah.
I've played a little bit of Wind Waker. I've played a little bit of Ocarina of Time, and those seem very Link oriented.
Yeah.
To his adventure.
Yeah, I remember Ocarina of Time definitely seemed to be too, for sure.
But this one was very much just like what Zelda is going through in the past.
Yeah.
And unlocking all of that. And if you do, I'm sorry if I'm going to spoil this for you.
You're fine.
When you unlock all of the memory, there is a little bit at the very end that unlocks. So after you beat Ganon, if you've unlocked all the memory, you get an extra like little video segment.
Oh,
and
that's perfect.
It really isn't much. It's just Zelda and Link going back out into the world and exploring again, and kind of taking notes and helping the civilizations rebuild.
That's awesome.
And it really is. It kind of comes full circle. You know, they go off on this adventure. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. We'll keep going. So, they go off on this adventure, and they have all this going on, and then they come back around to going on this adventure again.
That is
so
awesome.
It's fun to see it come full circle.
Yeah.
So, the part that I didn't really like about the story was depending on the order that you unlock the memories, it seems very confusing. It can be confusing.
Yes, I think that is completely fair. And because just trying to find the memories themselves can be, that's a challenge.
Very challenging.
You could just play the game just based on that, honestly. But I completely agree. It can be very confusing because you're probably going to find them out of order. And I guess you can go back and rewatch them.
You can go back and rewatch them, and I think they put them in order that you're supposed to watch them.
I think they, I think they're listed. They are listed in the correct
order. I don't know if I haven't rewatched them, so I don't really know.
I haven't yet either, but I think that's right because I think they are because because they're all numbered,
right?
So if you're like missing number 5 or number 12,
you know which one you gotta go and find.
Yeah. And that slot is just like empty. I'm like,
I know.
I think I have 3 left to find.
There's a bonus one at the end after you finish all the memories, then you have another one you gotta do.
I have to ask because I haven't found all the memories yet. Do you get that damn ball behind that's you never get that.
Nope.
Seriously?
I haven't been back. After I got the final memory, I haven't been back, but
oh, okay. I think we need to go back to Kakariko.
Yeah, it's just like sitting there, that like ball.
Yes, and there's a place to put it.
Oh, is there?
Yes, it's behind the fairy fountain.
Oh, it's got to be unlockable now.
It's got to be
because I did the last one, but I don't think I ever went back.
Oh, you got to go back. Please go back. I mean, I will eventually, but I don't know how long it's going to take.
When we're done, I'll jump on and we'll see if we can unlock that one.
Okay, that would be fantastic.
Because I went back there too, and she's like, "You can't have that." It's like, but I want it.
I know. That's the exact same thing happened to me. I'm like, "Oh, well, hey, I beat Ganon. Maybe we can go get that ball now." And she's like, "No."
Yeah, and when you beat Ganon, you don't start like a new game plus. You just like
you kind of
go back like you never beat Ganon, which is really annoying because you kind of always have this like main quest that's due, but it's like you've already done it.
Right.
It's like it gives you a little star, like you did it, but like you didn't.
Exactly. I'm like, I have mixed feelings about this.
Yeah. And I wish that they would clear all of Ganon out of the castle so you could go and explore it kind of free.
So awesome.
That would be so nice because there's so much to do there, but you have to be so strategic in which way you go and watching for the guardians because they're always on top of you or around you or way up on a mountain or something.
Yeah, exactly. And you think you're clear, but then all of a sudden you just exploded.
Right, yeah. Yep.
It's like, wait a minute.
And all of a sudden you got a laser and it's like, oh no. You're running away like, no.
Yes, exactly.
Yep. So, all right, back to story. I like how each of the champions have their own, like, sub-stories.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And it's not even, like, just the champions and their spirit, but it's also, like, their counterparts.
Yeah.
So, like, you go to each of the towns of each of the races for each of the beasts.
Yeah.
And they have their own, like, little mini-story, and then the champions have a mini-story. So, like, as you're unlocking all these stories, it's just fun to see it all kind of unroll and unravel.
Yeah, it really is, and how everything interconnects and stuff, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I loved that.
Yeah, and the story is told in such tiny chunks that if you set the game down for too long, you're gonna forget everything. Luckily, you can rewatch all those things, but it's like, shoot, even for me, setting it down at all, I forget the controls, I forget all sorts of stupid stuff.
Right. Yeah, that is kind of annoying.
Yeah. So what did you give it for a story?
I gave it a 10 out of 10.
Oh, you did?
I did, because I loved the whole thing inside and out, and I loved the consistency between the original storyline.
Sure.
And just how, and I'm pretty sure that it kind of flows through all of the consecutive games, but how they tied everything back to like the original stories too.
Yeah.
I was like, I had nothing bad to say about the stories at all.
I gave it an 8 out of 10, and I think my biggest complaint is how the game is set up to be this open world experience, and because of that, you're not getting the story in quite the correct order, and that bothered me. Like, I wanted the story to be, I guess I enjoyed the story just being handed to me, and I'm so used to that that like having to like dig for my story is kind of upsetting. But like, eight's still a good score.
Right. That's fair though. I mean, I had kind of a love-hate between the between having to, how would you have to find everything and how you might find out something that was related to something that you're not going to learn about until and maybe it was like after this other thing, but you don't know that, and just kind of like, wow, it's kind of like, you know, real life politics. Like, there's like some groups in town where like you don't know the background, like we don't work with these people over here because we hate them, but like the history as to why we hate them,
you gotta find that over there, and later,
maybe if you're lucky.
Yep.
Like, so, but yeah, I can see how that would be irritating too, because like, why do we hate them? I don't understand. Yeah. Why don't you know why we hate them? Right. Somebody tell me.
And when you're first starting off in the game, it's like, it just, depending on which one you get, which memory you unlock first, it's like, where are we? What's going on?
Yeah.
Who are these people? I don't even know these people.
Right, exactly.
And then it's like you slowly start realizing, oh, okay, well, these people are those. Oh, all right. And then it starts to piece together. But like, it takes time to figure that out.
It does. And I think I was annoyed by that the first time I played, I started playing through. But yeah, the second time after I had to restart when I was playing through again, I'm like, oh, I remember this. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a little different.
Sure, yeah. Playing it a second time. I can get that. So let's move on to graphics.
Yeah.
I gave it a 10 out of 10 for graphics.
I gave it a 9 out of 10.
That's perfectly acceptable.
I know, it's still good.
I loved how it was simple.
Yeah.
But it was simple in like a very artistic way.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, the graphics are freaking amazing.
They really are. Yeah, they really are.
My only real gripe is probably more gameplay related than graphics related, because like occasionally, whether I was online or offline, it would occasionally lag. And yeah, it was weird.
I did notice. I can't remember what it was now. I think it was. Oh man, I can't remember. But there was like a cutscene that froze in a very specific spot every time.
Dang!
And it wasn't for very long. It was just a momentary freeze, but it was enough to be like, what? And then, like, I think it was a boss fight, because I think I had to fight. I had to do it again.
Oh, that's annoying.
And it froze like in the same spot again, and I'm like, what is going on? I could understand if it was a disc-based game, right? But I played it on the Switch. Yeah, it shouldn't freeze like that at any time. Like, it didn't make any sense.
I don't think I ran into that specifically, but it was like during an actual gameplay, like during a fight or something with some moblins or whatever.
Yeah, it would kind of lag a little bit
occasionally, and it wasn't all the time, so I can forgive it. But it was still a little jarring.
Sure. I think my biggest graphical complaint was every now and then when I would get hit, I would just like fall on the ground and like start spinning. And like indefinitely spinning, like until the end screen would go away.
Oh, that's so annoying.
I don't know if that's like gameplay related or if it's like graphically related, but like it was just weird.
I can't say I recall experiencing
I had that happen a lot.
But I will say when I fell on the ground, I would panic and I would go, "Oh God, get up, get up!" So I probably wouldn't even have noticed if he just started spinning around.
No, it was usually when I died. Oh, like I would get hit with like a death blow, which happened all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And then I would just like be spinning and spinning and spinning, and then the like end screen would fade out. And I'm like, what was that? That was ugly.
I definitely did not have that.
No?
happen.
Oh my God. Maybe it's just my Switch. I don't know. At this point, I have no idea. But yeah, I mean, hilarious. It was still really good. The water looked really, really good.
Yes, it did. It was amazing.
Everything, like, off in the distance, because you could see so much.
Oh my God, it was you could almost see the entire freaking world if you were in the right spot.
Yeah, you absolutely can. And, like, it's pretty clear. Like, most games will really haze out the background so that you can only see so far because the game can't render that much.
Right.
But with this game, they just like didn't care. They were just like, yeah, you can see as much as you need to see.
It was amazing.
It really was.
Yeah,
it really was.
And honestly, for the simplicity, the level of detail, wow.
Yeah.
Just wow.
Considering how minimalistic the art style was.
Yeah.
And they were still able to add so much detail and depth to it was
just so cool.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. Did you do the fight? It was at the Spring of Wisdom. Did you do the boss fight at the top of that mountain? It's like a dragon that you have to like shoot.
Yes, and that's the only dragon you have to like rescue that way. It was so crazy. There's 3 dragons in.
I only fought the one dragon.
Yeah,
I see the other one like floating around, and I didn't do anything with that.
There's only one that you actually fight. But you can shoot it at all 3 of them and get, like, scales off of them. Which is kind of cool. I sell those.
I didn't know that I collected it.
They're like 150 rupees.
The one that I got from the Spring of Wisdom, I got the scale and I had to, like, give it to the goddess. So then do you keep it then?
No.
Not that one.
Not that one. The first one you give to the goddess so you can go to the shrine.
Right.
But after that, you can shoot at the dragon, get a scale, and you can go sell it or whatever.
Interesting.
You can probably throw it into some potions or something. I don't know, but
so anyway, where I was going with that, that boss fight was epic.
Yes,
that was so cool. And
it was.
I don't know if it's always night, like when you head up there to do this fight, but it was night when I did it, and it was amazing.
Yeah,
it was so cool.
That was phenomenal. That was probably my favorite boss fight.
I agree.
Out of all of them.
I agree.
Yeah.
The evil pig Ganon was really cool too.
Oh my God.
Because
that
he's so like pink and fiery.
Right?
And I took so many screenshots during that part. I'll have to upload a few of them.
I wish I had thought to. Yes. I wish I had thought to.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
And you could just fight it again.
That's true. But
I fought him twice.
I tell you what, the when I actually got through the castle and actually fought Ganon, like into his, I think it was his second phase where he's like kind of like
gold.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I need.
Yeah, I felt the same way.
This is not working for me.
Yeah, I felt the same way. So, you gave it a 9 for graphics.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just talk about gameplay.
Yeah.
Everything gameplay related.
Since we're already
talking about it anyway. Right? This usually happens. This is a normal thing here on
good.
The gameplay kind of sneaks in everywhere because it's the meat of the game. It really is.
Absolutely.
So, I would say a good 50% of this game is wandering around.
Yeah, at least 50%.
At least 50%.
I would give it maybe 75%.
Yeah, I guess it depends.
Yeah.
It depends on your gameplay style.
Yes.
If you can stay focused on what your goal is. Focused?
What's that?
Yeah, I know, right? If you can manage to stay focused.
Right.
It doesn't always happen, but you can get through it pretty quick.
Yeah.
But just like, especially early in my first gameplay through, I'm just like wandering all over the place.
Yeah.
Like aimlessly, like collecting stuff.
Right.
Running into like giants and not knowing what to do with them and not having any weapons. And
Oh yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah.
Like the Taluses and the Hinoxes. I'm like, okay, run away. But then you learn how to fight those, and then there's the Lynels.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
I don't fight any of them. I fought the few that you have to fight in the castle area, and that was it.
Oh, there's more than one?
There's like 2, I think.
I ran into one because I'd forgotten that it was because I had been to the castle previously before I had to restart, and I didn't actually get through the whole thing. I think I was just there for the recipe. And this last time when I did it again, I completely forgot about the Lynel. And I'm going...
You walk through there and it's like... And I'm like, oh no.
I kind of fell in and I'm like, oh, I forgot about this thing. You can't get far enough away from that thing fast enough. Oh my lord.
If you're not really skilled in the battle system, which is very hard to do in this game.
It kind of is. And I don't consider myself a gamer. I love the Zelda games.
Sure.
And for me, this was a fantastic game because even I'm like, even I can play it.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, the Lynels, if you don't have the hang of it, just go the other way.
I didn't really get the hang of it until I had to fight those.
Oh, man.
In the castle grounds.
Yikes.
Once I had to fight those and I had to like retry.
Right.
I finally I think I get it now.
Right.
But it took a long time to figure that out. Far too long.
Yes. They're definitely by far the most formidable foes you will run across in the entire
Ganon is a
game.
cakewalk compared to these guys.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that the problem is that the boss fights are like strategic boss fights.
Yeah. That's fair.
The Lynels are just like enemies.
Yeah.
And you can kind of fight them however you want, but
Right.
only certain strategies actually work.
Mm-hmm.
But it's trial and error until you figure it out.
Yeah.
And most of them, up until you get to the castle, they're just out in the wild.
Yeah.
And like...
avoid.
If you run into one, you're dead, like instantly. And if you try and run away, he shoots freaking lightning arrows at you, and then you're dead. So.
And it's not just like one lightning arrow. No, he's got a bow that does 3.
He does 3.
Yeah.
Plus, then in the time that it takes you to stand back up, he's shot 3 more at you.
Yes. So you're just like, I guess I'm dead.
Yep. 90% of the time was that. I swear, I don't know if it was just my gameplay style or if everyone plays this way, but I spent way too much time at that game over screen. Just far too much time.
It might be your style. I don't know. I didn't spend that much time at it, but
the way that I played, I went through and I unlocked as much of the world as I could, which ended up being all of it.
Right.
And in the meantime, I was not doing the shrines, but I was unlocking the shrines as like fast travel points.
Oh, yeah.
Then after the whole world was unlocked, then I went through to all of the shrines and did all the shrines, but I wasn't collecting the heart containers while I went.
What?
Well, I wasn't going back to the town to actually do it.
Okay.
So I was just getting...
So you're just like building... You've got all these spirit orbs.
Right,
You got all these dead people.
Yeah, I'm just carrying around my backpack. No problem.
Right.
Along with all my weapons and like 500 apples.
So many freaking apples.
I know. And I would just keep collecting them. I'm like, oh, apple tree, knock it down, collect the apples. So yeah, after I did all the shrines then, I was noticing that like every enemy would kill me like one hit.
Aww.
And it was so frustrating.
That is frustrating. No wonder.
And even when I did finally get all of my hearts built up, I was still finding that like some enemies just like would one hit kill you all the time. And it was so annoying. That was probably the worst part of the gameplay. Yeah. Is that the one hit KOs were all over the place.
Oh.
At least for me.
Yeah. For me it was mostly just stay away from the Lionels, because I think I actually fought one. I don't remember which one it was. I fought one and actually won.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was a freaking miracle.
Do they regenerate?
I think they do. Just like everything else.
Sure.
But I needed to kill it for, I think it was a side quest. And I don't remember what the side quest was, but I think I needed a line. Oh, it was a Korok side quest.
Okay.
I haven't done it again in my second time through, but I think it's the one at the top of the Deku tree. He for whatever reason he wants a Lionel hoof or something from a Lionel. Yeah. I don't remember what. And I remember, I remember the first time through, I was like, oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah. And they're so hard.
They really are. Let me tell you, it was a relief for me to go online and see what a horrible time everybody was having with those.
Well, that makes me feel a little better.
It should, because like I said, I don't consider myself a gamer. I don't play very frequently, and typically I'll lock onto like one game and I will either play it for a while, and then like over the summer I'm like, I'm done. And then so like, it's like usually a winter thing for me. But the fact that most of this game was not only playable, but relatively easy for me to play. And then I run into that guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
I know.
But then I found out that like everybody is like, yeah, that those are impossible. Or not impossible, but almost impossible.
They're difficult. Yeah. Very, very difficult.
Yeah.
I don't think that I used the cooking mechanic quite as much as I probably should have. And I think that that's what saved me when I did finally go to the castle, was I was using the strength power up.
Oh yeah, those are so useful. And I
had like 2 or 3 of them that gave me like 3 boosts.
Those are awesome.
So once I ate those guys went down pretty quick.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of trial and error until I finally got it.
Yeah, this is so true. This is so true.
That and the lightning helped a lot.
Oh, that's good.
Whatever her move was.
Yeah, I don't remember what she called it.
But
that was the last one I got, and I don't think I ever actually used it on purpose. Because it's the same.
You use it by accident all the time.
Yes.
Because it's the same as the charge.
Yes, exactly. Oh my god.
And if you let your sword charge up twice, then it activates. Mm-hmm. You can cancel it by hitting like the cancel button while you're charging.
Really?
But, yeah, you can cancel it.
I did not know.
It's kind of like putting your arrow down. It's the same like button command to put your arrow down as it is like to...
I never remember which button that is in the moment.
I don't know.
And I forgot that you can disable and I remembered this like after the end of the game.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, hey, can you even can I like make this thing go away?" And you can disable.
Can you?
Yeah. You have to go in, you have to go into your menu, go all the way over to your the very last screen.
To where the like spirits are.
Yeah, and you can select whichever power you want, and you can tell it to disable.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I'm like, that would have been good to know like 2 days ago.
See, now, for me, the Ganon fight, that was the only way I could beat him.
That's fair.
Was by using when he turns metal or whatever it is that he does, like
whatever that shield is that he's got,
the only way to attack him is to either parry him or use one of the special moves.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess I kind of did do that.
And that was the only way I was able to fight him.
Yeah, and I think, because I had to look it up because I was getting so frustrated.
Yeah, I was the same way. I didn't look it up, though. I managed to figure it out. I don't know how.
That's awesome that you did, because I was like,
It took me, I think I died once, and then I got angry, and then I went and did it again.
Right?
And then I realized that his shield was being disabled when the lightning hit him.
Oh.
Well, I had used all of the lightning moves before that in the first run.
Right.
So then the second run, I was able to use the lightning, and that disabled him right away, and then you could just wail on him.
That's awesome.
So the lightning
wish I'd realized that.
And the if you parry with the shield guy, that disables it.
Yes, that's the only way I was able to beat him, because I would try to actually parry with your shield, and it was just going all over the place. But as soon as Daruk's protection was back in play, it's I'm like, oh, okay, now I can beat your ass.
Yep, exactly.
For about 2 minutes, and then we got to start over.
I think it only took me 2 times to beat him. I did beat him a second time because I wanted to see the extra ending.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was way easier the second. Knowing that was so much easier the second time.
Yeah. I did notice I haven't gone to fight him again yet. But I did notice that even with the Divine Beast, I mean, it wasn't terribly hard the first time through, but the second time through it was way easier. Yeah. For sure. I was like, yes.
So the Divine Beasts, they're like mini puzzles.
Yeah.
But all but one were super easy to get to.
Yes.
So my god, the camel was so difficult. I don't remember the camel's name. I didn't write down.
Vanaboris.
Yes.
Yeah, that one was, I agree, that one was so hard to get to.
I think it's just because of the scenario that the game puts you in. So, you have to get into the town, but the town doesn't let men in.
Right.
So then you have to, you get a quest to go figure out how to get into the town by hunting someone down who dresses as a woman.
Right.
You get women's clothes, then you can sneak in, then you have to activate the Divine Beast, thing, the quest.
Yeah.
You will unlock that, but in order to actually go and do it, you have to get the crown back, or the helmet, the thunder helmet.
Yeah.
And that you have to go through the
Yiga clan.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And those guys are terrible.
Yes, they are. It's it wouldn't. It's bad enough. The little guys, those guys.
Yeah,
are bad
those
enough.
are
They're
pain.
Fast. Yeah, they're a pain because they're fast and they go poof poof. Poof,
right.
Nightcrawler.
Oh yeah, sure.
They're like freaking Nightcrawler. Poof poof. poof. I'm god damn it. But then you get the big guys with the sword,
and they can one hit kill you. It doesn't matter how many hearts you have.
Exactly. It's oh, this is not good.
Yeah, so you're supposed to sneak through that area.
That is so hard.
And when I went through it, I was able to sneak through it just fine. And I made it to the room where I thought the treasure was going to be in.
Oh.
And I stood in that room so long. Yes. And I'm walking around. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. So then I leave and I get caught.
Oh.
I thought maybe there was another room I was missing. So I left and then I got caught. So then I died. So then I had to go through it again. And then I died. And then I went through it again. And then I died. And then I went through it again. And I would make it to that room.
It's so accurate, though.
I would make it to that room and I would walk around. And then there was a treasure chest peeking out. Yeah. And I used the thing to pull that out.
Yup.
And I still didn't see it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, fair,
it was behind me or something.
Oh, okay. To be fair, the first time, my first playthrough, I had the exact same problem. And I had the same thing happen. I got the treasure chest out, didn't see, and I don't know if it was behind me, it must have been. And I was still going, where am I supposed to
that was my thing.
Yeah.
So then finally, I went in that room and I'm like, I've got to be missing something.
Right.
Like, it's got to be in this room because this is like the only room to be in.
Yes.
So then I'm like, okay, what should I do? And then I'm like, oh, well, I mean, I can use like the magnetic thing or something. So I used it. I'm like, oh, like this whole time, I made it to that room like within the first couple tries.
Yeah.
And like I could have had this thing beat a long time ago.
Oh my god, I know. I had the exact same situation the first playthrough. The second playthrough,
oh, you knew the secret.
I did.
It was still a pain in the butt.
But somehow, it was still a pain in the butt. And somehow it was almost harder to go through the hideout than it was the first time.
Really?
Yeah, and I think that might be because I forgot.
Yeah.
And it's like I was trying to like stay up high, and I was trying to throw bananas at them, to get them distracted.
Were you able to actually throw the bananas?
Eventually, it took me a few tries to remember how to actually
I couldn't figure it out. Like, all I could do was drop them.
You're supposed to be able to, like, to tell it how far you want to place.
Oh,
there's like one
kind of like using the magnetic thing where you can kind of change the depth.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like I can't remember which button. I kept forgetting which button it was, what it actually was, so I kept putting the bananas away.
Yeah, and then you got to go back through your menu to get the bananas.
Yeah, it was such a pain in the butt. But yeah, you're supposed to be able to tell it how far away you want to put the bananas, so it kind of like tosses it away. Yeah. If you can aim it right, it's good.
Every time I did it, well, what I ended up doing was I went into that big room.
Yeah, that big room.
And
sucks.
I dropped down and got caught purposely.
Oh,
and
okay.
I ran around and collected everything.
Oh, nice.
And then I ran away.
Right.
And when you make it out, then the like quest ends and the guys stop, and then you just walk back in again. So then here, all the stuff was collected. So all I had to do was like get to the end.
Oh, that's cool.
And there's like, I don't know, I figured some way of like not spending any time on the ground.
Right.
Like I just walked over, I put a banana here, and then I walk away, and then he goes and gets a banana, and then I run up the ladder.
Right.
And then I like drop a banana on top of this guy, and he eats it, and I fly in to the room.
That's awesome.
So it was like perfect. I figured it out.
Yeah.
But it took way more time than it should have. And that's the only one that's the only Divine Beast quest that's like that.
Yeah.
Because after you get the helm, then you just go and fight the Divine Beast like you do all the other ones.
Right.
But that's the only one.
You know what? That Divine Beast is also a pain in the butt to get into. More so, I thought, than
like the fight that you have to do ahead of time?
Yes.
Or just like the puzzle?
Both. Actually,
okay.
I found that Divine Beast entirely more difficult than the other three. Well, to a point, Va Meadow was a bit of a challenge once you were inside also, but just trying to get inside, I felt that the Naboris was more of a pain in the butt than the elephant. I forgot the name of the elephant. Yeah. So, yeah. And, I mean, you're kind of doing the same thing. You're kind of, like, surfing along, kind of, but it's more of a pain in the butt. Like, oh, hey, and trying to keep up with her?
Yeah, I know. It's a pain.
Yeah, I was like, girl, you need to either slow down, speed up, or figure out what the hell you're doing.
Because if you dash, you go too fast. But if you don't dash, you're way too far behind. So it's like you're trying to find that in between is terrible.
Yeah.
I managed to do that one try, no problem.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then I got in and I realized, oh, now we're doing a puzzle. And I figured it was going to be challenging, so I just like did it. Right. It took me a while. I think that one took me the longest amount of time. I didn't realize at the time because it was my first one.
I think that's fair though. That one did, I think, take the longest. Va Meadow was kind of a pain too,
and
but
that boss fight is this dumbest boss fight. That boss fight took me like 5 tries.
Oh, man.
Only because I didn't know what to do when he was throwing the like little pillars at you.
Oh, yes!
Yeah.
Yes, that was the worst!
Like, I had no idea what, again, they hid the secret.
Urbosa's like, maybe if you had something metal.
Maybe if you had some way to utilize that electric power. Like, what does that even mean?
Exactly!
Yeah.
I was getting so
once
mad.
I finally figured that out,
yeah, that took
I
me
was
forever.
able to kill that guy, and it took me far too much time than it needed to.
I completely agree. That was my last one.
See, it was my first one. I'm like, if they're all this way, it's going to be a nightmare.
Right? But no, that's the only one that is like the biggest pain in the butt from the beginning to the end.
The elephant, like getting into the elephant one, that one was tough.
That one was tough.
My biggest problem was the ice chunks that came from the front.
Oh, yeah.
Because I would only shoot it at the front, and then it would like drop into the water, and then he would run into it. Like, it was frustrating.
That is frustrating. I guess, and I didn't realize until like my second playthrough, like halfway through trying to get into the elephant, that maybe if I just use the water power.
Really?
Yes. You can break the ice that they're throwing
the
at you
ice Sheikah Slate power. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, I didn't know.
I didn't either until I was about halfway through that fight the second time.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like,
nice to know.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Would have made that a lot easier.
It really would have. Because I remember doing it the first time around. It was such a pain in the butt.
I was using arrows, and
that's what I did too.
It would knock them out of the way, but then what?
Or I would throw bombs at it. That would work too. But again,
the ones coming forward, you're going so fast.
Yeah.
That like if it drops into the water too late, you're running into it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a pain in the butt.
Because apparently, when he swims, he has no idea how to maneuver around.
I know. How does that? He's a freaking fish.
I know.
Come on.
I know. Oh my gosh.
That was just fantastic, though. I was like, really? That would have been great to know. Like,
I know.
I mean, I do love that there's so many ways. You're not restricted to one way to solving the problem or the puzzle. And I do love that.
That does make it really nice.
Yeah.
Like, because there's, especially in the Divine Beasts, there's so many, like, different pieces that you need to get to activate to actually beat the Divine Beasts or free the Divine Beasts.
Yeah.
And you can do those in any order you want.
Right.
And, like, there's multiple ways of getting to them, and sometimes you can kind of cheat the system a little bit.
Right. For me, what saved me in Vanaboris was having the Rito power to be able to fly up.
Oh,
that really made a difference for me. Yeah. I mean, it was kind of a pain in the butt because, like, okay, you have this nice gust of wind, and now you're like sitting on the ceiling.
Yeah.
So you'd have to close your canopy and then like either hope that you got the right. That was a little bit tricky.
You hit the right spot,
right?
Yeah.
Or like reopen it, and
it took me that puzzle took me quite a while, just because there's so many different things that you can move.
Yes,
and once you finally figure out the right combination, and you kind of figure out where things are supposed to be, then it's like it clicks, and then you can do it. But it took some time.
I'm still trying to figure out if there was even a purpose other than clearing out the sludge and getting the sapphire or whatever the hell it was. There was like inside Naboris there's like that rotating tube with the teeth and whatever and electricity, and if you're not careful you're either gonna get skewered by the teeth or you're gonna get shocked. And
I probably just ignored it because I didn't have to go in there.
You know, you were better off.
I'm pretty sure usually if I look at a treasure chest and it's like really difficult to get to, I'm usually just like, well, it's either a weapon or it's like a crystal or something I don't need. Like, I don't care.
And the worst thing was you didn't even know that there was a chest there until after you shot the eye, and then it would go poof and like, oh, look, a chest, and there's nothing else back here. What?
I don't know. I can't remember. It was the first one that I did. I don't really remember exactly what area you're talking about, but there was a few spots that it was like really tricky to get into. Yeah. And if you weren't like in the right angle, you wouldn't even know that it was there.
Yes. That was kind of a pain in the butt.
And it was kind of like that with all the shrines. So when you unlock the shrines, you most of them have a puzzle. Yeah. And those puzzles were, some of them were really hard, some of them were insanely easy. Some of them were tricky.
Yes, this is so accurate.
I had one that was super early in my gameplay. where you use the like gyroscope tool.
Oh yeah, I hated that one.
And like you had the ball dropped, and you had to shoot the ball through the maze.
Yeah,
out the other end.
Right, without letting it drop off the side.
So what I ended up doing,
it had to not just go out the other end. You had to kind of flip it
to make it into to make it into the like little bowl that it had to go into. My trick was
I hated that one.
My trick I played it with the controller piece and on the TV.
Right.
So if you flip it upside down, it's flat on the bottom. So the ball falls on the flat side and you just go and it just pops it off.
That's a fantastic idea.
I know.
And it's not cheating.
I know, because they give it to you. Otherwise both sides would have had a maze.
Right?
But yeah, you flip it upside down and it falls on the flat side, you just pop it up over there and it worked really well.
I think that might be how I finally beat that one the first time around. Either that or I got mad and threw the controller at Zach.
And it just happened to he did it for you?
No, I was like, here, I'm angry. I need you to do this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, man, I wish I'd remembered that the second time.
Oh, what other notes do I have? The weapons broke way too fast.
Yes.
Way too fast.
I completely agree.
And you would get, like, the coolest weapon.
Right?
You wouldn't, you wouldn't remember where the heck you got it from.
Yeah.
And two, as soon as you get to, like, really enjoying it, it would break. And then you would have to find something else to use.
I hated that so much. At least with the Divine Beast weapons, you could get them back. But that was still a pain in the butt because they'd still break. Yeah. I hated it. The worst one, though, for breakage, in my opinion, had to be the ancient bow.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was expensive. It's hard to find it's hard to get all of the pieces for it.
I never even bothered getting that because it was too expensive. I'm like, you know what? I have better use of my money and I don't need the bow.
That's fair. I really liked that bow. So I'm like, I need that bow.
Yeah.
Because I bought the ancient arrows because I'm like, hell yeah, I need ancient arrows.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm like, I want every edge I can get against those ancient, those...
Because I did kill a few of them without the bows or without the arrows because I didn't even know you could get the arrows until later in the game.
Right.
And then it's like you get the arrows, and you're like mind blown because you could just go up and one hit kill those guys.
Right. And then if you had an attack potion or whatever on top of it, it was even better.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I got like 5 minutes. Where are they? Where are they? I have 5 minutes and 6 arrows.
It was nice that those regenerated also.
Yeah.
Because all that stuff sold for like super high.
Oh, see, I haven't even sold any of those because I'm like, I need more arrows.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. You really don't need that much rupees in this game for stuff. Like,
that's true.
The only thing that I think I scrambled for money for was like some of the armor.
Oh yeah.
The fireproof armor specifically.
Oh, yes.
I had to like scrounge all the money to get that.
Right.
And then some of the ancient armor too that I got.
Yeah, the ancient armor.
But I didn't bother with the helmet. Like it didn't even.
I didn't either. It's like I went ahead and I bought the was it the Royal Guard armor or whatever it is?
Probably, yeah.
I don't remember, but yeah, I went ahead and I bought the 2 pieces of the armor. But yeah, I'm like, I don't think I've ever worn them.
Everything that I picked up in the game wasn't nearly as good as like the hero's outfit or whatever that you get.
Oh,
the like typical blue like Link's outfit.
Right. Well,
that one was like the best. And then like you upgrade it with the fairy.
That's true.
And it was still like the best armor that you could have aside from like specialty stuff.
Right. Because like
special benefits.
Right,
I think I ended up beating the game with the waterfall armor.
Oh,
that's a
good one.
Like I didn't even think about it.
Right, that's kind of awesome.
Because I needed the waterfall to even get up to the castle.
Oh, see, I don't think
You didn't go that way?
I didn't go that way. Well, no, I didn't. Not that.
It goes back to how amazing this game is.
Yeah.
With, you can do the same thing in so many different ways.
Yes, I love that so much. Because I think what I did, at least this time around, I took the raft across the moat, and there's
from like the back.
Yeah, I think it's in the back, and there's not pillars. but there's a mooring place. You can just like jump up onto
like a dock or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like a dock over there, so you can just jump up onto that. And then there's an entrance right in that area that you can like sneak into.
Really?
So, yeah. That's like, I
was doing it the hard way for sure.
Probably. I think that's actually the easiest way to get in, but that's still not going to keep you from having to sneak around the guardians and stuff at some point.
Yeah.
Because once you get through most of the castle, you still have to go outside and to get up to the sanctum.
Right.
Which kind of sucked, but
I
mean, that's a good thing, though.
My tactic was kill as many guardians as possible. So I had like 20 arrows.
Oh, man.
Going into it.
Right.
And I went in through the front gates.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I went around the front gate because it doesn't open.
Oh, that's true.
But
I thought about going there, but...
I went through the front gates. I killed all the guardians around. There's a waterfall that's like right around the corner. Like, as you go in the front gates, you go to the left.
Uh-huh.
And there's a waterfall, and you go up the waterfall, and then you're like halfway there.
Oh, wow.
So then there's like another guardian that you gotta kill, and I think you have to go through gate 1 to fight the Lino guy.
Yeah,
and he will wreck you if you're not prepared.
Right.
I managed to kill him after like 17 tries, something like that.
I managed to run away from him and not completely die.
How did you run away from him? I didn't
as quickly as I could. You can. It's just you are going to lose hearts.
Do you go up?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I went up and I tried to go away, and you're still going to get hit for a while. Like, if you're anywhere in the immediate vicinity, you're going to get hit.
He'll still shoot you through the walls.
Yes! Which, oh my god. I'm like,
well, I mean, he's got special lightning arrows.
He does, and boy, does he know how to use them.
I know.
But I managed to somehow not die, and I got away, and I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. Yeah, so after you beat the first one, you go up and around the castle, and you beat the second one.
See, I never even ran into the second one.
I think they even have names when you walk in. It's like Gate 1 and Gate 2 or something like that.
Oh, holy cow.
So yeah, there's one that's a lightning one, and I think the other one's like a ice Lino. I was mixing Lino with ice. He's very itchy.
Yeah, don't get too close to him.
Don't mess with that one.
No. You're gonna need a lot of medicated shampoo and some combs.
Or just shave it off at that point.
Right.
So yeah, once I got through that one, I climbed up another waterfall. And at that point it was like any waterfall I could find, just keep going up the waterfalls.
Man, I didn't even
and then you just like
that.
get dropped off like right in front of the sanctum, and you just walk in.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize there were waterfalls.
In my mind, that was like the easiest way to do it. I didn't even know there was a back entrance that you could just like walk on in. Yeah. And Ganon's just like, you made it.
Well, not quite. I mean, you walk on in, and it's basically like you come in through the dungeons. So
isn't there a shrine back there?
I don't remember where it is.
Because
there is, but I don't remember
when I get in there, my shrine detector kept going off, but I couldn't find it, so I just gave up and turned it off because it got annoying. I
don't know if I accidentally turned off my shrine detector.
Oh.
I had to have, because I know there's a shrine in there, and I can't remember where it is, and I did not find it this playthrough.
It's got to be in the back somewhere.
I think
I've
so.
I've looked for it like several times. It's got to be back there. I'm sure somebody's watching this and are listening, and they're like, "Yeah, it's back there. go get it."
I know it's there. I will find it again because as I was going through, because like there's a lot of areas to go through, because like they've got the library,
right?
And
like Zelda's chambers, and Zelda's like research area.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of areas to go through.
There's like a kitchen or something.
I think so.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm thinking that there is, but I might be wrong. But still, it's like there's so many areas to go through, and I know there's a shrine in there somewhere, because if there's not, that would just be stupid.
Yeah. There definitely is, because my shrine detector was going off like crazy. Right. And I walked all the way around the perimeter of it, and it still was going off. So it was like it was inside. I just couldn't find it.
Yeah, maybe it's
How many shrines did you end up getting?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Oh.
I gotta look that up.
I think
I've got a lot more to go.
70 in total. I got like 65 like right out of the gate, and that was just from like exploring.
Yeah.
And then I think I got like another 10 or 15.
Wow, that's
like,
awesome.
During the end game stuff.
Right.
But yeah, I think there's like 140 of them.
I think that's right. It's either 120 or 140. I don't remember which. I think, I'm not positive, I may have found about 60-ish of them so far.
Sure.
I know I have a lot. There's a lot more to go.
Oh, there's so many tricky ones.
And the Koroks, they're just littered. They're littered. There's like, what is it, like almost 1,000 Korok seeds you can get? Which is just ridiculous.
It's so much fun, though, to be walking around and it's like, oh, here's another one.
Okay, it is, after having visited the Korok forest, I have a much bigger appreciation for the Koroks.
Yeah.
Because, like, at first I was like, dude,
yeah, what's
like, what's with
guys?
this guy? Yeah, I'm like, he's just like, tee-hee-hee!
Yeah,
I'm like, you found me! I'm like, okay, thanks for this thing. And I dropped the rock on him. Yeah, like, ow! I'm like, why didn't you move?
Yeah, I know.
It's just, but yeah, I started getting mean towards them for a while, and then I actually got to the Korok forest. I'm like, oh, they're such nice. Okay, I'll stop being mean to them.
And the guy, the like big one that has the maracas that increases your bag.
Oh gosh, I forgot what his name is.
I don't know his name either. He's so fun.
He is.
He's so excited.
Yes, he's just like, I need to dance. Give me some seeds.
And the first time you find him, at least for me, it probably isn't like this in every game, but when I first found him, he's like standing like under a tree in the rain, and he's just like kind of like that.
He's so sad,
kind of like Totoro, like the picture of Totoro where he's wearing like he's got the little like
so
umbrella.
Accurate. I didn't even think about
he's just
that.
Like sad, because he doesn't have his maracas.
Oh, that reminds. Did you get to Satori Mountain?
I don't know. What's there?
You'd know if you've been there. Go to make sure you get to Satori Mountain, because there is a beast there. It is that whole mountain, basically, especially the beast, is dedicated to Satori.
Okay.
It is so cool. Yeah, you're not going to see it all the time.
I heard about that.
Yeah, but if you do time it right, and I can't remember when he shows up, but like at night, you can see the top of the mountain just like light up with his colors. It is,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so he's there and he'll show up, and there's like tons of bloopies when he's about ready to show up, or like when he's showing up.
The little like rabbit guys?
Yeah, there's a ton of little bloopies. I didn't even know what
to do with those until just like yesterday.
Oh yeah, you just shoot them.
Yeah, I had no idea. And like I think I blew one up, and like I had a whole bunch of rupees all over, and I'm like, oh!
I should like really this whole time. I should try blowing them up, because if you shoot them with an arrow, you get a few.
Yeah,
but it's not like a ton.
If you manage to hit them with the sword, you get quite a few.
Really?
But like, yeah, if you blow them up, it's pretty good.
I'll have to try that, because I keep going back to that fairy fountain in Kakariko Village. Yep.
And they're all over back there.
Yeah, I usually see, at least this playthrough, I usually see 2. And I'll hit both of them, because that's what you do.
I think it feels like a lot more, because as you're walking, they're like, poof, popping up over there, poof.
Right.
And then it's like, when you got 2 of them going, it's like, there's like hundreds.
Right. But yeah, at the top of Satori Mountain, there literally are like dozens of them.
That's cool.
Not all the time, but when the beast is there or about to be there, there's tons of them.
That's cool.
Phenomenal. And there's like, you'll know that you're in the right area because there's a cherry tree.
Okay.
It is so cool.
Yeah, I'll have
and
to
there's a shrine up there too.
I heard, and the shrine is like dedicated to him too. Like he's like, his name is like mixed into the name of the shrine or something like that.
I hadn't noticed, but that is so cool.
Yeah, I heard a lot about that, because it was like this big dedication to him.
Right.
And it's sweet. It's this really nice,
Yeah,
it's nice.
It's very touching, and it's very fitting, for sure. Yeah. I loved that so much.
Oh, so what else? What else can we talk about gameplay?
I mean, there's a lot.
Oh, there is. And that's part of it. This game is huge. You can easily just lose time playing this game. Just
oh my god, yes, and I have.
I have too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've got, I think, 90 hours in this game.
Oh gosh,
there's only one way to see your hours in the Switch, and that's by going like to your friends menu and then like seeing your games.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the only way I would know even how much time I've played this game.
Right.
And like, I was trying to stream it because I like streaming games and experiencing it with people, but I'm like, a lot of it's kind of boring. Like, a lot of it is just me going somewhere.
Right? I mean, fair fair enough. I mean, you could say that about Fallout too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's there's a lot of like there could be more characters you could run into. There could be more things you could. I mean, honestly,
it's not a complaint, really.
Oh no!
I mean,
no.
It's very serene to just go and veg out and just do stuff,
right?
Not with a plan, just like do stuff, you know?
That's so true. It's like there are quests you can do. There's side quests. There's the memory quest. There's so much that you could do, or you can just go explore. My only real complaint, and I know I'm not the only one with this complaint, is you can't take the horses everywhere.
Yeah.
There are so many places that you cannot take them. And then, like, you get through, like, this crazy area where the horses can't get through. And then there's, like, why can't I? My horse could be here.
Yeah.
Why can't I get my horse here? So annoying. I wish I had gotten, and I still want to. I want to get the amiibo so that I can get Epona.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only reason I want it. I want Epona so bad.
Yeah.
Because she's the only horse that you can call from anywhere.
How many horses did you end up having?
I think I've got 4 currently.
What are the names?
Binky. That's the white one. Named after Death's horse in Discworld.
Okay.
There's Stan. And I forgot the other 2. I forgot what I named the other 2.
I only had 1 horse.
Yeah.
And I named him Cheerios.
Oh my god, that's fantastic.
1 horse. The whole journey. I think he died.
Oh no!
When I was fighting Ganon.
Oh.
I think he died. But that was like the first time. And then I think he died the first time.
Yeah.
But then, like, the second time I played, because after you beat Ganon, your game goes back. So, like, my horse never died.
Exactly. Yeah. So you, so you don't get the wrath of the horse god.
Right. The second time I fought him, the horse didn't die.
Well, that's good.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I named him Cheerios because
that's funny.
The ring... Your stamina ring?
Oh.
I was calling it a Cheerio, and then you run out of Cheerios.
Oh, that's
and then
awesome. Oh my god, that's fantastic.
And then when I had to name a horse, I'm like, I'm just going to name him Cheerios. And then I kept him, like, the whole time. I would just, if I needed a horse, I would head to, like, the nearest stable and just summon him over. I didn't bother catching
that was kind
of,
I did like that. That was kind of nice. Like, even if your horse was, like, stranded out in the middle of nowhere, they'd be like, oh, don't worry, we'll go get him.
We'll find him. It's
fine. I have not gotten the giant horse yet. I still want to go find the giant horse.
Yeah, I have heard of it. I had
it my first playthrough. I don't remember where he is.
Yeah.
So I want to go find him again because I want that giant horse.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to name him though. I mean, Tiny is kind of obvious. I mean,
Yep.
It's like that was so fun. I love that.
Complaints? I would say like the weapons breaking. Yeah. You have to hunt down arrows. You can't just like make arrows.
Oh my god, that is such a pain in the butt. And if you have like I don't even know what the number is. If you have like over a certain number of arrows, whatever that number is, you can't go back to the last place and buy more arrows because they're not restocked yet.
I didn't notice that.
Oh,
I mean, I figured,
man.
I thought it was just a time thing.
Maybe?
Like, once you leave and come back for a little while, like,
it seemed like
they regenerate, but
it seemed like if you had like, I don't even know what the number is, but if I had like over
a lot,
yeah,
if you felt like you had a lot,
yeah, if I had a good number of arrows, but I know I need more, I'd go back to like Kakariko, and the crazy arrow lady would be like, "No, haven't restocked yet. You're still hot." She cracked me up. I was like,
she's so funny.
Awkward. Thank you. You're married.
You can appreciate all that Link is,
right?
He's got a good figure.
Oh, she got a little too friendly when she was like, "Why don't you go shoot some arrows for me?"
Yeah.
Okay, I know who your husband is. He's the one with the cuckoos.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I think cooking too was fun, but it took up too much time.
Yeah, it kind of did.
I feel like that the cooking mechanic could have just been confined to a menu instead of like holding it, and then you gotta leave the menu, and then you gotta drop them in, and then there's like this 30-second animation song thing.
I did like his little humming song.
Yeah, I know. I like that too.
Like, that's so damn catchy.
Yep.
And I guess it's like, if you play it long enough, there is a point where he stops, like, actually humming, but they're still doing the animation and stuff. And I noticed that my first playthrough, but my second time through, I hadn't noticed that happen yet, so I don't know if I just didn't play it long enough or what. I don't know.
I noticed that he hummed.
Yeah.
But now that you mention it, I haven't noticed him humming lately. So maybe I've hit that, like, point.
That could be. And that's just, like, so weird.
Yeah.
And I know I'm not the only one who's noticed that, because some of the forums I'd been reading throughout had noticed, some people had noticed it also.
Huh.
I'm like,
that's weird.
That's what I said.
That's a weird, like, thing.
It is.
Maybe it's just, like, I thought maybe it was, like, time of day, or it was just random. I don't know.
I have no idea. It doesn't seem to be time of day. Yeah. Random is probably fair.
It's weird.
It is, and it's so catchy. It's like, no, I want him to do that all the time. If you're gonna do this animation, let's just do this all the time.
So, like, the cooking mechanic was really clever.
Yeah, it was.
And you could make so many things.
Yes.
But yeah, it, like, took time to sit and have to cook. Like, preparing for Ganon, I wanted to have all this, like, full recovery stuff.
Yeah, and there was like, limit. Okay, I didn't like that there was a hard limit.
That was annoying too.
Yeah.
And you can't expand those.
No, you can't. I hated
Although
that.
You could put a ton in there.
True.
Yeah, it was like one meat and one, like, truffle, and you had a full restore.
Yeah.
And one meat and one, radish, and you had a full restore.
Oh yeah.
So it was like
those radishes were the bomb, man.
I was spamming those to just have an instant full restore.
Yeah.
But then it was like, okay, but I could also add, like, some, like, power boosting or like defense ones.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's so many combinations.
Or if you do like 5 of the radishes, you get a full restore plus.
Yeah.
That's like, it's like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I need 5 radishes.
Well, yeah, that's what, if you do one meat and one radish, you get full restore plus 3.
Oh, that's good.
But if you do, like, one meat and, like, 2 radishes, you'll get full restore plus, like, 6 or whatever.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, like, depending on, like, one meat plus whatever was, like, full restore, because the radishes and the truffles do extra hearts.
Yeah.
And the only way you can get extra hearts is if you have a full restore.
Right.
So, like, if you do, like, the cheapest meat and, like, a radish, you're guaranteed a full restore plus a couple extra.
Well, I did notice that hearty anything, like the hearty radishes, the big hearty radishes, the hearty truffles, the big hearty truffles, and I think you I don't know for sure because I really didn't do that many potions, but you could probably do it with the hearty lizards. And then also
do the potions.
Yeah, I didn't really do them that much either. I did like a couple, but mostly I just sold the monster parts.
Yeah.
And the hearty salmons, if you would do like 5 of any of those, you would get your full restore plus however many.
Wow.
I don't know whatever the max is that it'll give you. Huh. If you do any less than a 5, I mean, you'll still get your full restore plus, but you can go up to whatever, and I don't remember what it is. If it's
sure.
I don't know if it's like plus 5 or plus 10 or whatever, but yeah, I liked that. I was like, no, all right, I need all my radishes. I need all of this.
Well, and
and the hearty snails too.
I forgot about those. Yeah, that was the only reason why I was doing the like one meat plus one hearty thing.
I mean, if you don't have 5 hearty whatever,
right? But like,
then,
I could turn those 5 hearty beets into like 5 full restore meals.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's a good idea.
So like that
too.
Was instead of having the one meal that had a ton of hearts, I had like 5 meals that did full restore. Okay. It was like,
well, that's fair.
Enough.
Yeah, that's fair. See, I wanted to go like all out. I'm like, no, give me all the hearts.
Yeah, no, I get it. Need all the help you can get in this game sometimes.
Yeah, especially if you're going up against the Lionel or something.
Yeah, I know.
Like, oh, I'm going to do something stupid today.
Yeah, right. So what did you end up giving it for gameplay?
For gameplay, I gave it a 9 out of 10.
I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I got frustrated with the mini games too. Did you play any of those yet?
I must not have.
They're kind of hidden. There's one. I think it's with a Goron at the bottom of a ravine. It's basically mini golf, and it's fun. But once you figure it out, but it's a pain in the butt, in my opinion.
Yeah, sure.
If you're in the Hebrew Mountains, there is a snow shield. Basically like a sledding game you can do.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool too. But again, I get frustrated with that stuff. And I think...
Oh, I did do the racing one. The racing, the seals
the sand
in the
seals?
desert.
I haven't done that one yet. I don't know if I will because I really hate those sand seals.
Really? It's just, it was...
Because you kind of got to go back.
It was for a shrine.
Oh,
there's a shrine like right next to the...
That's right.
Right next to the town, there's a shrine, and you gotta beat like 3 minutes or whatever, and then you get a shrine.
Yeah. Okay, I'll probably try that one later.
It's not that hard to beat it.
Yeah.
But like then you can keep like beating your score or whatever.
Oh, there's another one with the Gorons, the gut check challenge. And I can't remember. I think I haven't done it yet this playthrough, but you have to go from the bottom to the top of this like big cliff thing, and there's a shrine at the top, but they won't let you on the plateau.
I did that.
Did you do that one?
Yeah, I did do that one.
Yeah, I haven't done that one yet this playthrough, but I remember
that one was annoying because you had not only like you had to do it in a certain amount of time, plus you had to collect rupees along the way.
Right?
But you also had to pay like 50 rupees just to do it. And I was like, no, we don't do that.
But if you want to get in the shrine...
Yeah, I know.
It's like,
I did it. But I wonder if you can use the wind lift, Rivali's like lift, to do that. I mean, you wouldn't get the rupees, but I wonder if you could like get halfway or something.
They might. Well,
they might disable it.
They might.
I did it before I had those, so I don't know.
I'm thinking that they might disqualify you, but it's worth a try.
Yeah.
I don't know. See, I think what I did my first playthrough, I think I might have used the rush rooms or
that makes sense,
or the swift violets or something like that, and just like but I don't remember exactly. There's another one too. There's like on horseback. There's one maybe two on horseback at a couple of the stables that you can do.
Oh sure.
And I remember trying to do one of them, and I think it was shooting arrows on horseback, and I was like, yeah, I suck at this.
I did too. In fact, the fighting Ganon, the like beast Ganon, on horseback sucked.
Yeah,
like, I could not shoot those targets for the life of me.
It took me a while to get those.
I got off the horse and just ran it because it was so difficult.
That's what I usually do with any of the enemies that I run across. I'm like, okay, horse, you go away.
You go over there. I'm gonna fight.
Right, especially if I was coming up on a guardian stalker or something, I'm like, all right, horse, you need to go away so you don't die.
Right.
Because I'm probably gonna.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
We could go on and on and on and on. This game, again, I've said it before, it's a huge game. You could play this for hours and still not beat this game.
Yeah, like consecutive days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
And I'm still playing it. Like, it's so much fun. Like, even though I've beaten it and I should be playing something else, it's so much fun to just, like, after work, just kick back and veg out and just do nothing or focus on side quests or, work on something.
Yeah.
But it's just fun to play. It's just fun to be there.
It really is. Did
you struggle with the controls at all?
Yes. Strangely enough, and I don't know if it might be partly because of software updates. I know at one point recently I was having some significant issues with like when I would go into like Magnesis or something and it would just be like whoop. I'm like, no.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, and I actually did have to do a software update to fix that.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Right. And I don't know, it's like every once in a while.
For me, I don't know if it's a panic thing or if I just get like stressed playing the game, But I hit the wrong buttons all the time.
Yeah, I do that all the time. I do that all the time too.
There's sometimes, especially with the arrows, when I'm using, if I've been using the ancient arrows,
right,
I will accidentally shoot an ancient arrow for no reason.
Oh, that sucks.
So many times I will be like, okay, I need to zoom into this, and then and I'm like, oh no, and then fire it, and I'm like, ah!
Those are expensive.
I know. Every now and then I'll reload my game just because I'm like, I can't lose that arrow.
Oh my god, that is hilarious.
Happens so many times.
I didn't get that. I mean, I'm not a good shot to begin with, so I'm like, how many arrows can I get before I actually have to go to wherever this, whatever I have to do next with the with the guardians and stuff.
Right.
I'm like, the more, because like when I went to get Rudania, I was like, all right, I need to leave because I have like 2 ancient arrows and there's at least 10 of those Skywatch. Yeah, I'm like, nope, I gotta go because this isn't happening. I want this to be easy-ish.
That one was funny for me.
Yeah.
I actually went halfway up. I made whatever his name is. I made him stay at the bottom of the mountain.
Right.
And I went all the way up to the top. I don't know what I thought I was going to do. Like, I went up there to try and, like, kill all the guardians first.
Oh, yeah, I did that too.
But I ended up, like, grabbing a box, and I just smashed them all.
Oh, that's
the way
awesome.
Back down. And then I just whistled for them, and then we just walked up the mountain, like, no problem.
That's awesome. I basically did the same thing, but with the ancient arrows instead, And then I got up there, I'm like, wait, what am I supposed to do? I don't remember.
I was the same way. Like, I had no idea that I was supposed to shoot him at the divine beast.
Right? Yeah, that took me a bit. I was like,
Once I did it, I'm like, duh.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, that's what I'm supposed to do.
Right. At first, I tried to get too close to the beast, and like even with your fire armor, it's like, nope, you're dying. Yeah. You're dying. I'm like, oh, weird. Yeah. Like that was interesting.
Oh man. But yeah, I'm still enjoying this game.
Me too.
It's a huge game, which is why we're talking so long about it. It's a huge game, and it deserves all these conversations.
It does.
It really does.
Yes.
So let's move on to music.
Yeah.
I gave it a 10 out of 10 for music.
Yeah.
I probably didn't really need to, but it was like there wasn't much for music,
right? And
I liked it that way.
I completely agree with you. I did give it a 9 out of 10, but it was pretty close. I loved that there were unique pieces for each location, or general area, or even each circumstance.
Yeah,
like, oh look, you've got a low level enemy coming at you, and you're like, where is it?
Yeah, and sometimes you know what the enemy is just by the music that's playing in the background.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, sometimes you don't even realize that there's an enemy, but all of a sudden that piano's like, and it's like, oh no, there's a guardian, you need to run.
Yes. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. My not really a complaint, but like the closest thing to a complaint was like when you're like at the castle grounds, or even on the castle grounds, or even like any of the general central Hyrule near the castle.
Yeah.
And the music is perfect because you're going, oh god, I'm gonna die. Oh god, wait a minute. Wait, stop, breathe.
Yeah.
You have ancient armor. You're totally decked out in ancient armor. You're gonna be fine. You have ancient arrows. You got the bow. You're gonna be fine.
But that music will kick up and it'll put you into a panic.
Yes.
And that's when I mess with the controls and I do stupid stuff.
I do stupid stuff with the controls all the time. But yes, especially.
Aside from music.
Yeah.
When you fall, one, it takes forever to get back up.
Oh my god,
but if you fall down a mountain, you're not getting back up that mountain. Like, you can fall and you'll just keep falling, and he doesn't bother to try and stop. He just all the way down the mountain.
Yes!
It was terrible. I felt bad for like 90% of the time.
I know, if you couldn't catch him right away and like grab onto the side of the nope, too bad. There you go.
Sorry.
I was like, no,
I don't remember
perfect.
what made me think of that, but just that thought, I have so many visions of him just like tumbling down the mountainside. Poor
I
Link.
mean, yeah, that does happen. And especially if, like, all of a sudden it starts raining.
Yeah,
it's like,
which happens a lot.
Yes.
Too much.
I agree. And especially when you were trying to... before you freed the elephant, it was just constantly raining.
No. And it's like you see this pool, and you're like, I want to get up there. Like, you can see it on your map, but it's like, I just can't get up there because it's raining all the time. And then and then when you free the beast and you get up there, it's like, oh, there's nothing even here.
Yeah, exactly. That was so irritating.
Oh, man.
Oh, and then the lightning storms.
Yep.
There's that one area before you free the beast, it's like constant lightning storm. And yeah, and if you're not prepared for that, you're probably gonna die.
Yep.
So that was kind of a nuisance.
And it's like you're walking around and your sword's like,
right?
And you're like, oh no, put it
away. Yes. That was fantastic.
Yes.
It was like, where's my wooden stuff? Like, yep. I don't have any wooden stuff. I'm gonna be naked.
Most of the time I just put it all away, like running around like in my underwear. Yep. I didn't even care.
Yeah, fine. At that point, like, yeah.
Or teleport somewhere else.
Right? Yeah, that took me a while to figure out that constant lightning storm too, because like the first time through, I tried to wait it out because sometimes you can just wait it out,
right?
But you know, like every time, like, no, it's morning. No, you're gonna die. No, it's evening. No, you're gonna die. It's afternoon. No, you're gonna die. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I did that with the rain up there by that area.
Yeah.
And it was like, it was raining and I'm like, I want to get up this mountain.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I'll just sleep.
Right.
And it'll be fine the next day. Sleep, still raining. I'm like, what the heck? Sleep another day, it's still raining. I think I went through like 4 days before I looked it up and I'm like, oh, it just like always rains here because of the Divine Beast. I had no idea.
Exactly. That was, I mean, that was awesome, but it was annoying.
I know.
And even Tide Island, did you get to there?
Probably.
They strip you of everything the second you set foot on the island.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh, you gotta go there.
Where is it at?
It is south, not near Laurelane Village. I don't know how to pronounce it. Laurelane Village. Not around there, but if you go like all the way west, I think it's like south of Hateno Village, that beach there, when you helped out the villagers from the monsters on the beach near Hateno. Okay. If you go south through the ocean, you will come to Eventide Island.
Oh, and I don't think it's on the map.
It is.
Oh, is it?
It is. It takes a bit to get there. You can either get there by swimming with tons of stamina, which I don't recommend.
Yeah, I don't.
I did that the first time because I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
Or you can take a raft, which is preferable because you can drop whatever weapons and stuff you want. Just drop it on the raft when you get there before you disembark.
Huh.
And then disembark, because as soon as you set foot on the island, there, whoever, like the keeper, the spirit keeper or whatever, I don't know. I think it's the monk. I don't remember. But he's like, hey, when you first woke up, you didn't have anything. Guess what? I'm taking it all away, and you can start over. And once you defeat the island, basically, because I think there's like 3 shrine balls you have to get. Once you figure this out and do it, then I'll give you all your stuff back. So, but the way around that,
you can drop it and then pick it up after.
Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, definitely do that. Drop it on the raft. So after you're stripped of everything, just go ahead and grab everything, because they're not going to take it again. Right. It's just the one time.
Interesting.
But yeah, if you want to keep your favorite weapons, so you have an edge, because yeah, you are left with nothing. You're in your underwear.
So then you go around. I assume you wouldn't, in a normal gameplay, you would go and like hunt weapons down.
Yeah, it's just like you were back on the plateau right after waking up. You have nothing. And there's a Hinox you have to kill. There's plenty of bokoblins that you gotta kill. There's those stupid Octoroks. I hate them.
Yeah, I hate those too.
Oh, they're so aggravating. And there's one part, like every evening at 5:00, it starts to storm. And there's like one place on the island that's safe enough that you can just like, there's a fire always burning there anyway. You can just chill out there until morning. But yeah, it's like,
interesting. I'll have to go there and check that out. That sounds fun.
You need to. It's an experience unto itself.
I believe it.
It is frustrating and fun at the same time. But anyway.
Yes. Sound effects were really fun.
They were.
Like, literally everything. It was great. Like, I just had no complaints.
Right? Yeah, seriously, my only complaint was that it was a little too good around Hyrule Castle. Or anywhere if there was a guardian training its beam on you, you suddenly had a heart attack. And,
that's too bad.
Yeah. It was good, though, but...
Something I thought was interesting and awesome that I think I was noticing.
Yeah?
In the Divine Beasts, as you collect, or as you activate some of the stones, the music changes.
I didn't notice.
You didn't notice that? Like,
that's not to say it didn't happen.
I know. I can't tell if I'm crazy, but I noticed it all 4 times. Like,
it probably did
I wasn't
happen.
like specifically listening for it each time,
right?
But when it happened, I'm like, did it just change? I think it just changed, and now it's awesome.
That's fantastic.
So, like, I think, like, when you enter it, it's a little bit more like peaceful.
Okay.
And then like you get the map and it like builds up.
Oh my god, that's cool.
And then you activate a stone and it builds up a little more, and then you fight, then it builds up all the way until you fight the monster inside.
That's awesome.
So that was really cool when I kind of started noticing that. I can't verify that that's what's happening, but I swear that that's what it is.
That probably did happen. And to be fair, it's like I didn't have the volume up as loud as I could have most of the time. And I was switching back and forth between playing it on the TV and handheld. And if it's handheld, then it's even quieter.
Right, yeah, of course.
But yeah, that's pretty awesome.
It was pretty cool. Especially when you're at this like epic like thing that you're doing and like stuff is changing and it was neat.
That is awesome. I did love how they integrated some aspect, at least some aspects of like the original theme, especially like when you actually got to Hyrule Castle. I noticed that too. Yeah,
that was really cool.
I loved it.
And even the final boss fight had hints of old elements to it too.
Yeah, I love that. I did love that they had like basically like it's the same world. It's just like it's gone to hell and like, oh hey, here's where that ranch used to be. It's like, if I'd actually played that game, I'd remember it.
Right,
but it's like one of those, like, but still, it's awesome. Like, even though I didn't play all of the previous games,
you can still recognize it.
Yeah, at least a little bit, and I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's like, that's so cool. I loved it.
So, overall experience of the game, I gave it a 9 out of 10.
I gave it a 10 out of 10
10 out of 10. You had a great time.
I did!
Yes, awesome.
It's like, if it holds my attention for over a year, if it holds my attention over the winter, that alone is a feat, but it's held my attention for like a year and a half?
Yeah.
Because it was like Christmas 2017 that I got it. And my husband was like, here, you want to open your present early? I'm like, no, but yes. I know what you got me. I don't want to... Yeah.
I will.
And I've been like not quite glued to it, but pretty close to glued to it.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not much of a gamer. I don't play frequently. There's not a lot of games I'm familiar with, but I really loved this. And the fact that it's playable for me and it's also playable for an experienced gamer, I think that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I can't say enough good things about it.
It's been an adventure all the way through.
Yeah.
I think you have to be in it for the long haul if you want to play this game.
Absolutely.
Or if you want to beat this game.
Right.
It is kind of easy to lose interest early when you don't have a lot of stuff opened up or, if you haven't done a lot of the shrines or whatever, it's easy to lose interest.
Yeah.
But once there was some point, I think it was right after I unlocked the whole world, that I'm like, this game is awesome.
Right?
And I think it's just because the world is so big.
It is.
Like, you don't realize, like, when you're on, like, the plateau, when you first start off,
yeah,
it's like, man, this place is huge. And then it opens up. and then it opens up, and then it opens up, and then it opens up, and you're just like, oh my gosh, this place is enormous.
Right? You really need those travel points.
You do. Oh,
because it'll take you probably 20 minutes to get from one end to the other if you're trying to go it on foot and horseback.
I should walk it and see how long it takes.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to know.
Yeah.
It's a walk.
Yes, it is.
It's a huge game. Huge
it really is. And then like if you get to like the edge, you can't go you cannot go. Have you tried that?
I haven't tried it. I've thought about it, but every time I try to like head that way, I'm like, ooh, something else.
I've done it a couple of times in a couple different locations. One, and I think it might be the Gerudo Highlands, I don't remember, but there's like a mountain or whatever, and I was like, oh, I want to go, well, it looks like there's more, I want to go up.
Yeah.
And it's like, boop, no, you cannot, it literally tells you cannot go any farther.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, damn, okay.
But there's more!
Right! And then, like, I've done like 3 different areas, and then if you're in the ocean, what happened? I think it just kept turning me back. Like the wind kept turning me back or something. It just wouldn't let me go any further. I'm like, but I see stuff.
Yeah.
I see stuff.
Yeah.
I gotta get to that. And it's like,
no.
It doesn't even tell you. It's just like, the wind just like, no.
Wow.
And then, the last one, it was like far to the north, near the Gorons. The far north near Dinral.
Yep.
Where, Dinral, like, comes up. Which is the best place if you want to get a scale or something, by the way. It's kind of like near the Leviathan bones? It's one of the Leviathan bone areas.
Sure.
But there's like this huge ravine, basically, and it looks like you can maybe get across. No, you die.
Oh.
That's probably where most of my deaths came from.
Trying to get over there?
Yeah, it took me a couple of tries before I figured out, oh, I don't think it's going to let me. I'm like, because you just go, because you hop up, you're like,
yeah.
You're like, ah!
Does it just make you fall?
Yes.
Oh.
It's like when you're in the shrines and you miss your target and like you hit the wall or something, but you don't even hit the wall.
There's nothing to hit, you just drop.
You just drop. And,
wow.
And you just scream all the way down. You're like, oh, damn it.
That's funny.
It is, and I've done it like 5 times. And you finally realize I should stop now.
Yeah, I haven't hit any of the borders yet. But yeah, I mean, there's so much to do. There's so many shrines that you can unlock, so many puzzles to do, and even then, like the puzzles have puzzles.
Yes,
and it's just the side quests have puzzles. The side quests have shrines.
Yeah,
sometimes like the side quests will like open your eyes to like a shrine quest.
Yeah.
And sometimes those turn into cooking quests.
Right.
To like fetch quests. Like all within the same. Like it's insane.
Oh, did you do Terrytown?
I think so,
I love Terrytown. I hadn't finished it before I beat Ganon, so I went back, and actually last night I finished Terrytown, where Hudson and Ronson get married.
Oh, no, I haven't done that.
Oh, you have to. You gotta finish that quest. It's the best. And that's another one where Terrytown has its own special music, and any quest associated with Terrytown, you don't technically get like the whole music, but like if you find a person that you're supposed to find to send to Terrytown, it'll do the kind of like the music for that as they walk away to go towards Terrytown or whatever.
That's so fun.
It's so awesome. I love it. I think that's my favorite side quest of the whole thing.
I did one last night that was it was the bird, whatever the bird town is.
Yeah.
And you had to find one of the little chicks.
Oh.
And she wanted to...
Yes.
She wants you to find her sisters.
Right.
Well, one sister doesn't want to go do the song because she's hungry.
Yeah.
So then you gotta find the other sisters to give you the ingredients to make the food.
Right. And really, it's not that she's hungry. She just doesn't want to do it. And
yeah,
that's like her excuse.
I know. Oh, man.
She's a little snot, I know. Ya. It's like, man.
I want salmon!
Right? What was it? Salmon muley or something? I don't even know how to say it, but...
Oh, man.
It's like, you little snot. So you go find the one sister who's fishing for salmon. She's the easy one.
Yep.
And then you gotta go find the other sister. I don't remember where she was.
There's one, like, on the rock, like, way up.
Yes,
man. I didn't even know about her, but I had to look up the recipe because they didn't... I got the salmon and I got the cheese, but it needed wheat.
Oh,
and I didn't know that, and it was probably one of the other sisters that gave me the wheat, but I didn't know.
Yeah, because I think you get one ingredient from each of the sisters, and then you go back and you cook it for the little snot, and then she's like, well, I guess since you did this, I'll go...
Yeah.
I was like, you little snot.
And then you get there, and then you have to figure out the puzzle to open the shrine.
Yes.
And then you have to do the puzzle in the shrine.
Yeah, that was not fair.
I know.
Sorry.
That should have been one of those that are like, you did it.
Yes.
You found it. You get the prize.
That's what I was expecting. And
yeah, me too, but nope.
I don't even remember what the puzzle
I think it was I think it was the flight one where you climb all the way up.
Yeah, okay.
And then you fall down into the shrine.
Yeah.
And you have to, like, fly between the platforms.
Okay, yeah, I know which one. Yeah, that's kind of a pain. I mean, it's not a terrible one, but
it's not horrible, but...
It's kind of a pain, but it's not the worst one. The worst ones for me, and I still haven't finished them, were the major test of strength.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I didn't do that one until after I beat Ganon. I went back and did that one, and it was
a couple
easier because I know how to fight now.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, that helps for sure. There's at least 2 major tests of strength. There might be more.
I've only found one.
I found at least 2. I don't remember how many I've actually found.
Well, maybe I haven't. Maybe I found 2.
Yeah.
Because I think the hard one was the guy with the shield. Because the shield would deflect every single attack.
Right.
So then it's like, okay, well, what do you do about the shield? And then I started firing, like, electric arrows at him. Or
nice.
I was using electric, like, rod or something to disable him. So that I finally beat him.
Nice.
But yeah, those are hard.
Yeah,
those are really hard.
They are. Oh, and the whiz robes. Okay. Some of the whiz robes aren't so bad if you're properly prepared.
Right, so like the fire ones you shoot with an ice arrow, the ice ones you shoot with a fire arrow.
Right.
But like the electric ones, you just have to get lucky.
Yeah. It's like oh my god, the whiz robes, they're such a pain in the butt. And they're kind of random.
Yeah,
because they get to disappear and you just see kind of their footsteps before they show up right behind you and kill you.
Always.
But they're still not as bad as the Lionel.
I know. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Again, so much to do in this game.
Right?
We can't possibly talk about every aspect.
We could try.
As hard as we're trying, I don't think we could.
Yeah.
So, my total score was a 45 out of 50.
And I gave it a total of 47 out of 50.
So that's a 92 out of 100. That is an A.
Yeah.
It's not the best.
Right.
But an A is really good.
Solid. It's a solid A.
Most of our scores are in the C range. So to get an A is a really good game. Yeah. Definitely recommend it if you haven't played it. You can play it on the Wii U.
Right.
If you have a Wii U. I don't think anybody has Wii U's. or you can play it on the Switch because I know you have a Switch. But yeah, it's a great game. Lots of hours of entertainment.
Yeah.
I feel like you could pick it up and play it whenever, but learning the controls, you might forget after a few months of not playing it. Right. So maybe not super easy to pick up and just play it whenever, but if you keep up on it, it's not too bad.
Yeah, definitely. And I would like to get some of the DLC. That's not something that I would normally even consider.
Right.
But I like this game so much that after I finish everything, I might actually pick up the DLC.
Yeah?
I might. I can't say I definitely will, but I mean, it's only $20.
Yeah.
So.
And I've heard really good things about the DLC too. So,
same here.
You know, I'd be interested in playing the DLC too.
Right?
So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. So, any final thoughts?
This was just so fun. Like, top to bottom.
Yeah, thanks for doing it with me. This is awesome.
It was.
So
I love this.
So our next game that we're going to be reviewing is going to be for our other team. They're going to be playing Legend of Zelda Wind Waker.
Ooh.
Kind of complementing our Legend of Zelda gameplay here. And then me and Kaylee are actually going to be on July 1st episode. Kaylee's finally coming back.
Woo!
And we're going to be playing Mario Brothers, the original Mario Brothers.
That's awesome.
So I haven't actually beat this game yet.
Really?
Like, I've played it countless times. I've played this game, but I've never actually gotten to the end.
You know, I gotta admit, when I learned that Princess Zelda was going to be in the castle, I couldn't help but think, your princess is in another castle.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it.
So that's so fitting.
Yeah, I know.
I love it.
Oh, man. So thank you so much, Ren, for coming on here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Plug your stuff. What do you do?
Oh, I am also an artist. This is my little marshmallow dragon Indigo. And I run Twitchy Kitty Studio. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram, and I just started a Twitter, but that's kind of iffy.
Yeah, Twitter's kind of iffy.
Yeah, I mean, Facebook and Instagram for sure. I do have a website, but again, just Facebook or Instagram. Find me there
I'll
first.
put all the links in the description, so check that out if I don't put it on the video too.
Oh,
so
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's so cool.
Get you in there. So yeah, check all that stuff out. I love all your artwork. It's so great.
Thank you so much.
And yeah, thank you all for watching and listening, and I hope you enjoyed this incredibly long episode.
It was so fun, though.
Thank you again. And we will see you guys all on the next episode. Bye.